Oh boy, we got a fun one today. Introducing YouTube Stock Promotions Uncovered. What a scary title. This is a headline in one of the recent articles published by a firm called Panda Research. And they're very open about being against Workhorse, which is totally fine. Everyone's entitled to their opinions and, their beliefs. But where they cross the line is when they make the following accusations. Workhorse and Lordstown Motors are the subject of one of the most aggressive stock promotion schemes we have ever witnessed, they say. We have documented over 420 Workhorse stock promotional videos with over 1,000 views since June. Oh, we didn't even count the other thousands with less than 1,000 views. Also, in all, we have found greater than 80 individual stock promoters for Workhorse. Okay, so this is a bold claim from Fuzzy Peaches over here, pretty much accusing YouTubers of being paid by Workhorse. They're also simultaneously accusing Workhorse and Lordstown for paying YouTubers and, saying that they're being incentivized to talk about the stock, to promote the stock, to be, bullish on the stock, all that kind of stuff. They also go as far as saying it's the most aggressive stock promotion scheme that they've ever seen. Now, we're gonna go through a piece of this article that they released here, which focuses primarily on the YouTuber section. I wanna spend some time talking about that. And yes, I was one of the channels listed on there, along with some other names that you're probably gonna recognize. But before that, I wanna clear one thing up. I have not been paid anything from Workhorse or Lordstown or anyone that works for those companies or associated with those companies or anything like that. Nor have I been approached by them, nor have I approached them, nor have I done anything in relation in exchange for making Workhorse or Lordstown related videos. Also on that note, I have never discussed a stock on this channel where I have been paid to talk about that stock specifically, aka a sponsored video on a particular stock. Now, I have been approached by many companies, individuals, whatever, to talk about a particular stock, business, kind of give it a positive look and make it seem like it's the best investment ever. And oftentimes I just ignore these emails. Now, if you don't believe me, here is an example of a recent interaction I had with one of these stock promotional people, whatever you may call it. On your screen is an email thread where I was approached by someone to promote the Very Good Food Company. Now, for privacy reasons, I've blocked out their email and name, but I want to make sure you guys know where I'm coming from. So I get this first email on September 9th, which is about a month after I published a video on Beyond Meat, which was not sponsored, and it did decently well, which is why they probably reached out to me here. And simply put, they asked if I could do a video on the Very Good Food Company, which is a competitor of Beyond Meat, and in exchange, they would pay me $3,500, which I assume is in US dollars, and since I'm in Canada, that's nearly $4,600. So that's a good amount of cash for talking about a particular stock. So like I said, I get these requests all the time. I didn't respond, and you know what, I was like, they may respond back once or twice more asking, and then just kind of dwindles off from there. As expected, they responded again on September 10th, and they provided more information on this, saying they worked with other influencers in the past regarding Very Good Food, and they hoped that this would kind of intrigue me and kind of get on board with them, sign with them, and get paid this money in exchange to talk about the stock. But all it did was just make me more skeptical on this Very Good Food Company. There's nothing wrong with doing sponsored videos, guys. I'll be first to admit that. You guys know I've done some sponsored videos on the channel where I've talked about, services like Morning Brew, for example. That's a company that sponsors some of my videos, and it's a service that I personally use. That is why I will back them up and I will say this is a great service. This is a company that I support, and I find it's a win-win situation for both me and you. But if an influencer is getting paid and their opinion is skewed, they're told what to say, they're not allowed to say certain things, I think the integrity is then lost. So on that note, if you guys do come across videos on Very Good Food, make sure to check the description down below, and you should do this with any influencer really, to see if they're being paid for that video. Anyways, getting back to this, I didn't respond to those emails. They sent another one on September 13th, another one on 22nd, and the 23rd as well. And at this point, I'm like, okay, it's been 5 emails. And I was like, fine, I'll just respond to them because they're not going to give up here. So I wrote back and I said, thanks for reaching out. To keep the integrity of the channel, I do not do sponsored videos on specific stocks. If I were to do this for Very, I would have to provide an unbiased and honest opinion, good or bad, and that may not align with what you're looking for. Let me know what you think. And guess what? I got a response back a few hours later, and that was the end of that conversation. So guys, the point is I don't do videos where, a company says, please talk about our stock, please promote our stock, we'll pay you money talking about that stock and get people buying that stock. I don't agree with that. I think that when it comes to stocks specifically, that the integrity is really with my honest opinions there, and that's what I will continue to do on this channel. Now, let's get back to the article. So they go on to state here in the next paragraph that the YouTube videos are professionally edited. Well, thanks guys. I never thought my videos were professional, but it's sweet of you to think that they are. But then they go on to state that the videos feature carefully constructed YouTube personalities meant to appeal to retail investors. Notably, all the YouTube accounts report virtually the same breaking news every couple of days with misleading and false statements about why Workhorse will get the USPS contract. Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but YouTube is a free, open platform where people are able to go out there and share their thoughts and opinions. So someone wants to go out there and create a video on why they think Workhorse will win the USPS contract. In their opinion, there's nothing wrong with that. And that's exactly what I do on the channel. I talk about Workhorse, talk about Tesla, talk about many other stocks, and I provide my opinions on those stocks. Never is it investment advice. Never is it, I'm telling you to go out there and buy this stock. I have never done that on this channel, and I will never do that on this channel. Also, when they talk about the USPS contract being in the title, they're right. YouTubers do use that because it does generate a lot of views, a lot of clicks, and that's kind of the end goal for a lot of influencers. You want to grow your following, you want to grow your channel, you got to create content that people want to watch. USPS contract in the title does fairly well. But like guys, this has been going on for many years, not just in the finance niche, with any niche really, and it's called something like clickbait. Then the article goes on to say this: we believe this is illegal stock promotion as none of the individuals disclose their motivations or compensation behind promoting Workhorse. The only disclosure that is typically noted is that they are not a financial advisor. What a silly statement from Peach Fuzz, honestly. I'm not going to go out there and say in every single video that I'm not sponsored by that company to create the video. That just doesn't make sense. What YouTube does instead, they thought about this, is they create an option in YouTube Studio where the creator can check off a box that says the video is sponsored. As soon as that's done, the viewer is notified of that and everyone's happy. There's nothing hidden, it's out there, and it helps maintain integrity with creators. Now, let's get into the next part of the article, which talks about the actual creators. They list them out in a table. They spent a lot of time doing this, as we'll see in a second. So you can see the list here, and positive investing is there at number 5. But as you can see, I haven't done nearly as many videos on Workhorse compared to some of the other channels listed here. And well, that's probably because of my stance on the company. Out of most creators, I would say that I'm probably one of, if not the bearish person on Workhorse. These are some of my popular videos on Workhorse, and you can see, even in the second video here where I mentioned the $6 billion USPS contract to get those views, the ironic part is in that video I list Workhorse as the second best company to win this contract. Number 2, guys, not number 1. So do you really think that Workhorse is going to come out there and pay me to say that they're second in line to win this and this company that's better suited to win this? I don't think so. So I think it's clear to me what happened here with Peach Fuzz is that they just went through YouTube, typed in Workhorse, saw a bunch of creators, saw a bunch of views, saw that the titles look positive, maybe watched the first 10 seconds, 20 seconds of the video and thought, oh man, these guys are pumping the stock, tabulated a list and then said, look at all these people getting paid by Workhorse and promoting Workhorse stock. It's pretty sad actually, because this is making news now. And I, although am a bear, if you will, on Workhorse, I still think that, they're a legit company. They should have a legit shot at winning this. For a short seller to come out here and attack the business and attack YouTubers like myself and much smaller creators as well, I think that's in poor taste really, and it shouldn't really be tolerated. So for that reason, I would ask you guys to share this video on Twitter if possible. Don't have to do it. If you want to share it out there, get the truth out there about this report. I'd be happy, and I'm sure other creators would also appreciate that. Now, some of you may say, well, Nick, you didn't take the time to look through the rest of the report. And to that, I'm going to say, why would I? I look at this one piece, I see so much misinformation here and just lack of research that it doesn't instill confidence in me that they've done research for other parts of the report. Now, I will say this with a caveat. Maybe some of the other creators got paid. Maybe some of them are actually working with Workhorse to pump the stock. I don't know. I can't say with 100% certainty because I don't control those YouTube accounts. However, if you ask me, I would say there's a high probability that none of these larger creators here, at least on the platform, are getting paid by Workhorse. They simply choose to talk about the company because, one, maybe they're invested in the stock and they want to get the word out there that they truly believe in the company. Two, their viewers are invested in that stock and they want to provide as much information for that. And or three, they know that those videos get a lot of views, which they do, so they keep creating that content. Now that my channel's become somewhat sizable, I feel like I do have to stand out here and say that, I'm on the creator side on this one. Doesn't make sense to me. All these accusations are just baseless. There's absolutely nothing to prove what they're stating in here. And I think that this fuzzy peach, whatever pandas need to come out and apologize to creators on this because it's completely wrong what they're doing. Anyways, guys, I have a feeling that their purpose for releasing this was to get publicity, like this video, like other videos that creators are creating, to talk about this research firm. I've never heard about them before. I'm sure you probably haven't either before this video. And now they're getting free publicity, but it's a negative publicity. And I personally would not want to have that around a business that I'm creating. So if you guys, like I said, could tweet this on Twitter, get the word out there, make sure that these guys actually rescind these statements and apologize for these false accusations because it's just simply not right. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to invest positively, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.